Okay, here is where I'm left off. Worked on a little character, did some glasses. Took me a long time to figure out character creator. Let's see, mesh collection, base mesh. Oh yeah, we have. So I'm gonna add in here like warped meshes. So once I get those base meshes, I can start warping them. But for now, we just need picture frames. That should be a nice enhancement. That's quick. So I'll start with that. Yeah, I guess this isn't technically the... Where's that art generator? Diff warping rules per frame. Yeah, this hasn't... I'm not doing the one with the VAT export, but then this, I think that's the same thing. This warped meshes here, so I'm going to get rid of that. But we do want... Alright, so let's just make that frame. Should be a pretty straightforward thing to do. I gotta figure out how big they are again. Let me start up the UE5. Let's go. These are gonna take a minute. Might as well pause. But okay, and we're in Houdini. So I have this. Did I have other Houdini files? Like, let me see. Oh, it looks like I made one for glasses and then warp stuff I didn't get around to yet. Okay, so the room. We're gonna look at the scene, kind of get a feel for how big this is, and then try and make the frame roughly that size. So I gotta figure out is... Let's see, edit props. I need to invert the y-axis. One of these is messed up. Okay, yeah, maybe fix this. And we'll go to, maybe that's, okay, that works. Way I'm not getting like stuck with this camera all the time. Okay. So the size of this thing, trying to figure out what it is, sort of in Unreal, so we could toss it in there. So we could just toss this model in and get it to fit. It would have been better to model the frame first, but I think it's okay. Can I look at you? Yeah, where's your... I think it's this background. Just... No, that's not it. Plane. Okay, so your size is what I'm interested in. So it has a scale of 3x, and then... So this must be going up and down, yeah. So it's like a local scale. So it's up and down 3. I'm a 1. Maybe this is in meters, and that's reliable. I feel like that's reliable. It's 3 meters high, 2 meters wide, and then the character is like, usually 2 meters tall. So yeah, something like that seems correct. Okay, let me start there. We'll just try and make this frame 3 meters. So I can kind of keep this off to the side here. I'll make another geo node and say picture frame. And let's do, I guess we can just do something, start really simple. I need to get the inspiration I had, pull it on screen. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so let me save this image and crack it open over here so we can get a look at it. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. I want to see this image. Okay, so here's Here's one of them. I guess there's a couple. So not so much the picture itself, but the frame thing. Like this is kind of neat. So I could just do a bunch of boxes and then cut them up, and should be able to do that fairly quickly, I think. So box, we should get the scale to, I guess it was 2 by 3. The dimensions are kind of weird in the thing, but yeah, so this should work for the general frame size. And then it needs to be a little bit bigger. So what I might do is just scale it up, like, yeah, like uniformly or something, and then like maybe. Alright, so it doesn't need to be super thick. Something like that should do. Let's do a transform. I think I'll scale it up later at the end. Like I'm just going to nudge it all up at the end. So let's get this guy. I will do just a Boolean operation to negate this. Okay, come here. So it's going to erase. I think that's the Z scale we want to blow out. Yeah, there we go. So you kind of get the sort of initial frame there. Of course, it's different dimensions, but there was something you could do. Like you could like toss a picture in here. I'm trying to remember how to do that. I'd done it before, and now I can't remember. It's oh yeah, here. Maybe this is. Oh man, this file explorer is the worst. Whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna put it off to the side so I can see it constantly. Yeah, there we go. Let's leave it there. Okay, so we have this guy. The thickness again shouldn't matter too much, but I feel as though it's still too thick. Okay, it's still very thick, but give us some room to like slip it in the right spot. And I want to put that like kind of little protruding rim thing. So I guess there's a couple ways to go about it. I could do a couple more boxes. Let me put this on template mode. And we're gonna do um, another box. Just put this as the main, and so this one we want it to be tall, so we still want to do 3. And then like these are just, I don't know, something small, something thin. So I can sort of have that going. Maybe this is like a little bit thicker. What is the thickness of U? And just kind of copy this value, whatever that is. It should be the same thing. Paste relative reference. So it can just be the same width. I'm just gonna do some like hand stuff here. Just like move it over. Why do you look so funny? Like it's not, something about the plane is making it weird to look at. Oh, that's because I have this guy on. Let me turn him off. There we go. You don't need to see that right now. Okay. So I'm gonna stretch this out more. Not too much though, right? Like, yeah, it's gonna be pretty dramatic. Why is that like so huge? What's going on here? Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that would happen. This is interesting. So I'm modifying this, which I guess is feeding into this channel here. Look at that. Wow. Not at all what I thought would happen. Okay, so let me just control Z. Don't want that. I just want this to be taller. So what I should do is return this to its normal state, which I think was 0.15. And then over here, we will just do like ×2 or something. And then that should make it more in depth without messing with that value. Yeah. There might be a way to lock them too, but I'm not familiar. Top of my head. Okay, so the other thing is this center. Don't mess around. Oh, actually, you can keep the center. All right. So we can move things over, and I want the Y is going to be, and it looks like it's, you just put it like inside, you know, like that. And get, you go like that. Yeah, I feel like that should be okay. And you can scale up here a little bit and get you sort of flush. Cool. So I'm going to copy this over, and we're going to do the same thing, but make it vertical. Or not vertical, horizontal. That the other one is vertical already. So let me just rotate this guy and just move it over. Let's get this. Oh gosh, it's really hard to grab the handle sometimes, you know. There's so many little options. Okay, so we're gonna shrink this guy. Let me let's do a merge and a mirror. Let's just look at that. I need to get the angle right on this guy. Yeah, certainly not a perfect lineup. There you go. I just kind of get it as close as I can. Oh, so I keep accidentally dragging it. Alright, that should be good. Okay, so we can do that. So we have these two here, and we can just throw in a mirror for both of them. So this we want to mirror in the right direction. This is a pretty neat little tool. Look at, I think we want to mirror on the, is it X is this way. We want to mirror on Y. So we'll do Y dimension. Let me get that going for you, and let's copy this guy, which we're going to mirror on the x-axis for this guy. There we go. So now we get this little pop-out thing. Can do a merge on both of these. Might make sense to do a union. Okay, so that's kind of a rough of that picture frame. And so I can do that whole little slice thing on it to get it to be, to get it to have that like dip in there or something. Yeah, it's quite, yeah, maybe this is okay. Um, It's like, yeah, putting a slice in there. Okay, I think I can do it using the same little technique over there. You do this all the time with the, so we're gonna do, I don't know how that mini map came up there, but I wish it would go away. Okay, so we're gonna come here and then let's do a transform and manipulate. I just come up with a negative shape. So we come here, we'll merge this guy and delete you. So transform, so we should be able to scale. I think the z-axis is what we want, which isn't really going to help us all that much by itself. So we need to scale it down though, just a tad. So that's going to slice it, but it's not going in the right direction. Like when we scale it, you know, it's okay. I don't think that's actually what we want. So to figure out how to scale it in the right way, I'm not sure that's interesting. Yeah, like. I was trying to kind of do this weirdo slice thing. Sort of kind of works. I don't know, not really. Not really. It's not the right technique for this kind of cut. No. We're just going to need to draw the negative shape if we want to do that. So you think this guy should be able to just transform on these individually and sort of do the same thing. But now I'm thinking I don't want to do it because I don't know, the payout for it, if it's going to be any good. Oh, actually, here's a thought to do it without all this weirdness. Let me change the thickness of this guy. So that's X. Size. Yeah, so kind of shrink it a little. And we do that to this one too. Yeah, so you make it thinner. Probably needs to be like more, even more thin. It's like adding these numbers. Alright, so we have this, we make it thinner, and so we kind of fix the position here. And then we can go to this guy and fix it. Right. Okay, so we have that, now we just copy the whole thing. So just do a transform, and then we'll yeah, just kind of scale it like that. And so then that's how we can get that gap. It's like one way, anyhow. Yeah, so it's sort of kind of works, and you could just like stretch the axes out that are not to our liking to get it to be somewhat even. Too much. That's pretty close. Probably need some, say, uniform scale 9.4. Kind of do the opposite. Zero one. You just hold the middle mouse button down and kind of mess with this. I think that'll show. Okay. Yeah, that kind of sells the illusion there. Okay, cool. I think that's it. That should work. And then because we're exporting this one to Unreal, it should be fine. Like, it doesn't need to be like we can have multiple polygons and it shouldn't throw up on us like the glasses did. Alright, this is a very cheap shape, so we need to just grab all the export stuff. I could just grab this. So come here, throw this guy in, and we're going to say frame out. Picture frame out, and just picture frame. I'm just going to do OS. So it'll just be called picture frame whenever we save it. Let's just save to disk. Oh, I forgot to do one thing. Let me scale it up just a nudge. Like, I guess we could do this in the game engine too. So maybe I won't do this, but because I made it the exact size, and so when we put the image on it, like it's gonna be right on the border there. So yeah, let me just I know what it's going to be used for, so I'll just go ahead and scale it up like 1.1. So it's just a tad bigger. And that way it should take over this spot. I guess the plane too, if it's center, I don't know how to see the origin, but hopefully it's center origin because that's where it's at. If it's somehow like top left or something, I'll have to change it in the export, but this should do it. Um, I don't know. I feel like none of this matters right now, so I'm just gonna leave it be, even though I just changed something. Okay, there we go. So then now importing to this guy, see if I can remember. Level prototyping, was that it? Room? Jeez. Just trying to figure out. Yeah, I made this a while ago. Okay, so if we do folder, no, I'm gonna put you in room. I think I can just drag it in. So let me open the folder. Let's go to shoot, Houdini picture frame FBX. Okay, just dragging it in. See, I think this will be okay. Just yeah, import your stuff. Yeah, don't remember. I don't remember how I import all. Submitting group information. Okay, confused. I don't need to roll a convert on this. I thought you would do that. Yeah, this one doesn't roll a convert. Just straight exports the primitive object. It should convert it automatically anyways, so yeah, I don't know, I've seen that stick sometimes, but that's not what's happening here. Man, why is this such a like pain to like just import stuff? Like I did it for the room already. Is there something with these options here I have to mess with? Import static mesh. Create scene. Maybe well, whatever I did for the room worked. So, oh, I did the same thing here. I think it's nothing special. Man, simple things. What is up with this? Is it this ASCII format thing? Is that what you're griping about? Save to disk. Okay, we'll try that. Cancel. Alright, content drawer. I'll just drag this guy in. Import all. Okay, so this has the same kind of mesh requirement, I guess, as... Yeah, I just do not have this problem. I'll roll it into just a convert node to get it to... Yeah, I guess this is what's happening and it's just like tripping out. It really shouldn't be an issue. Like, could do like fuse and stuff. These aren't. This isn't connected though. How come I can't do these very free-form meshes? Like I do them. I do them already. Like in Unity. I don't know why I can't do it over here. just make something, throw it in. It must be one of these, like, I probably need to turn a bunch of stuff off. Like, sure, try that. Because you should be able to handle multiple polygons. Convert scene, no. Comic Sulfur. That could be an issue. Combine meshes, sure, try that. It could be that one too. Wish I knew which rule it was failing on, like what is being introduced that causes you to just turn everything off. All your computed stuff. Unable to triangulate mesh. So I disable combine mesh, which I thought would normal generation built in. Okay, I'm gonna have to like look this up. I don't. Okay, apparently this is a known thing with the Boolean node. There's something in here called. I don't see it. I guess this was back in 2021. They might have changed it. Uncheck detriangulate polygons. Yeah, I don't know. There might be a node that does triangulation. Maybe that'll help. And then we can try that little mesh. Oh, what is it called? Convert, and see what that produces, just for fun. Yeah. Okay. Well, I learned something new. That might have been faster with the glasses thing last time. With this triangulate, it's truly cool, but also confusing sometimes, like why one thing works versus the other. These UVs are fine, hopefully. Like I just did this auto UV, so it's auto seam. I could do like UV unwrap, whatever, as long as it works. Let's try it. I'm not gonna do them by hand, so right, let's try that. Picture frame FBX, and can I go restore default? Yeah, let's just try you. And look, it worked. Oh man. No smoothing group was found. Okay, we don't care about that right now. So we have our content browser. Now what I'm going to try to do is go into this BP guy, BP stage. So I think go edit BP stage. We're going to go in here and it's going to figure out how to get this thing added in here. So we come here. I want to add this model in here, but how do I do that? So I come to maybe content drawer and just drag it. Is that okay? That worked. So wherever this is located, this plane, I want to put it in the same exact spot because that's the. I might change its name. I'm gonna call it canvas, and then call this canvas frame. I want them to be, this order probably doesn't matter all that much, but no, I don't want you to be child. I want you to be just underneath. How do I get you? Make new root. Oh, son of a, what did I just do? It's not what I wanted to do. I don't even know what that means. Attach? Okay. Yeah, okay, well, I'll live with it being there. All right, so where's your position? All right, so here's your position, and there's your rotation. So probably set that up. My rotation was 90 degrees. So let's just toss that in here, and let's back out. And maybe that'll be good. No, that wasn't that easy. Okay, maybe save. How do you save this? Compile. Good to go. All right, save. Asset BP stage. Right, did that work? So when I come here, do I see it show up? Yeah, so it's canvas frame. And there you are, but I guess you're super tiny now. Oh goodness. I don't know where you are. Seems like you're not actually. Wow, you're like super tiny. Can I focus on that? Wow, that is like really small. So I can try bumping the scale up on this guy. It's like 100. Okay, so it's rotated wrong. Alright, so this is weird. Let me rotate you to 0. Scale 100. And so we need to rotate you on the x-axis. No, wrong way. There we go. So they do this kind of thing, 90. Alright, that should do it. So now I don't think that's going to work for all the BP stages though, so you need to fix it everywhere. So come here, you're 90, 0, and you're 100. And that should do it. So Control S maybe. Check out selected, make writable. Yeah, I still haven't quite. Alright, so there we go. And now we have picture frames, so that's cool. It's a little bit pizzazzier. There's something else with these BP stages. I think I can move them all back or something, like some nudge into the walls. Yeah, make it just feel like it's more flush. Maybe lift it up with nudge too. There we go. It feels a little bit better. Save. Yeah, make it writable. Sure. Play. All right. So now we can kind of look at this, and then there's some frames now. Okay. So take a little screenshot. Send it off. And I think that's good. All right, so yeah, that's good for this. Okay, so the next thing, let me commit this. Put some notes in here. So we're at 7:15, 23. I don't need that. Jam sesh 5, this must be. Modeled pick frame and installed pick frame jam session. Alright. Pending all that stuff. Yeah, sure. Let me save Houdini to save. Come back here probably. Just get it checked in. Okay. Picture frame. Okay. And then next thing, that could be fun. I don't know, maybe I don't need that. Okay, so next thing I was thinking of trying out is character model, like we have one already, so I'm curious if we can just like wholesale just import it into just import it in that like super easily like that, or if it's gonna be because they have all this stuff, right? Like there's so much stuff in here. The textures, because these are like yeah textures for the clothes. And there's this import object, and so there's probably like a plugin for importing, and so I can go look around real quick to see. I'm convinced that I could just pull this in and then attach all the textures to the right parts, but that's really tedious. Um, there's a lot of textures here. I mean, it's a lot. So I think if I can find their import, oh, that doesn't look right. Interesting. If I can find their importer, I'll use that. And if I can't, then well, I'll just do it by hand. Well, some of this doesn't even have anything in it, so maybe it's not so bad. It's only a few parts. The main thing is knowing where they go. Like, this is a normal map. I don't know what the heck that is. It's like, I don't know what all this is. So, mask, okay, cool. But then there needs to be a shader that implements that mask. So, okay, we're not going to be able to just do this by hand without, we need a corresponding shader to do this. So I'm going to have to look around. So I'm going to do that. I'll cut this video and then start another one. I have to do some research on the side. There was another thing to model that I probably will do in another video still, but I was going to try and put some other art exhibits here. Music, place for a music guy to go, where he should be at. Maybe he can be on the left or right side, and then the other side can have like a knot exhibit or something. Because I really like that knot story. It was ridiculous. All right, here we go.